Healthy with Gina. Well, listen, I am delighted and very, very blessed and very grateful to my guests and to my host today, because the lovely Nadia has invited me to her home, and she's got some family and some friends. We've got Naid, we've got Sabah, and they're going to do the exercises with me. So I hope you're ready. You're in your chair and we're all ready to go. It's only 10 minutes. It's going to be good for body. It's going to be good for brain. So let's hit the music. Everybody, we're just starting on our joints first. So we're just tapping our feet, hands out beside us, tapping the hands at the same time. All right, we're going to turn the hands up and down. So palms up, palms down. Oh, nice coordination. I like it. Very good. And we're going to press a little harder and faster. So we're just going down with the hands. Down, down, down. Just keep the hands going down. All right, we're going to bring the hands back out in front of us and push in front. Palms out. Very nice. Push, push. All right, we're going to keep the arms out now, and we're going to bring the palms up again and down. So they're out in front of us, up and down. So it's all about upper body. Lovely. Then we're going to keep the hands out, and we're turning them up. We're bringing them to the shoulders and out. Shoulders and out. Shoulders and out. Good coordination. Nice. And quicker. Out. That was it. That's out. One way or the other. Nice. All right, we're going to stop with the hands to the shoulders, and it's one up, and then the other side. Up, and bring the foot up at the same time. One foot up, one leg up. Up, that's right. Bend these toes. Lovely. Lift the leg at the same time. Up, 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 up. Lovely. All right, let's rest these hands on the legs, and let's walk your bottom back into your chair. We're going to lift the legs up, flex these feet, and point them. Flex and point. Flex and point. Now we take the hands out, pointing the hands down and up. Down and up. Now keep this brain working. You're going to do different sides, hands and feet, up and down. So flex and point, working on different sides. Lovely. And let the feet touch the floor, the hands touch the knees, toes are touching, all the way down, up. Hands up, don't knock yourself in the face. Hands up now, touch the knees, bring the arms up. Very good. All right. And feet back to a little walk. And then we're going to take one foot out, one ankle, and just circle the ankle and the wrist at the same time. Circle the opposite direction. This is why it's nice to do this without shoes, particularly when you're at home. That's lovely. And down. Quickly, we've got to balance up the other side. I think we've got a second or two. So always finish up on this side. That's lovely. Very good. So there we are. We've got all the joints activated. I want you to sit forward. So your feet are down, and we're going for a little swim. A little bit of breaststroke forward. Oh, yeah. I think Sama's going to get to the end of the pool before me. Maybe Nadia's coming up from the back. How are you doing, Nadia? You're all right down there. Who said this was an exercise? I hope you're doing this right at home. All right, we're turning to a little crawl. Now we're going to go slower. Head and arm side to side and turn to the side. Oh, nice stroke you've got there, Sab. I think you've done this before. Lovely. Head and shoulders. That's nice, Nadia. Lovely. Lovely. Very good. All right, now some butterfly strokes. We're coming up and over. And down to your feet. Arms round. Ooh, feel this in the shoulders. Always just do what you can at home. Oopsie daisy. We swam into each other. Not enough room in the pool. You're right there. Sorry about that. All right. Now backwards, backwards. Butterfly. This hasn't made the Olympics yet, but ooh. Oh, nice. All the way around. That's great. Lovely. Okay, let's work on these legs now. Shift your everybody, so get ready. We're doing circles, lines, and triangles. All right, so we're going to start with one hand. It's just going to do a flat circle. Imagine you're drawing a circle on a table. Now, the opposite arm is down by your side, and that's going to do a nice big line up. This is at the same time, folks. One arm is going up. So we've got one circle and one line. This is body and brain in action, or maybe not in action, depending. Okay, we're going to change arms now. Now, the other hand's got to go the opposite direction. So if that was going that way, this hand's now got to go this way. Very good. And the arm this time is just going to go here, and it's going to go just up. So, oh, okay. Maybe. If we're not coordinated, it's all right. We're giving it a go, and that's what counts most. Okay, so this is my new favorite one now. You've got to take one hand and you're going to do a triangle. Think of your Christmas trees or something, or a pyramid. Maybe you've been to Cairo. All right, so you've got a pyramid going that way. Right now with your foot, just to really keep you going opposite side, you're going to do an upside down pyramid. This is at the same time. Oh dear, I can't do it either, so don't worry. I'm trying to do a triangle going one way. It's a really weird triangle. All right, so let's try. Okay, let's stop. Let's try the other foot. See if the other foot can do the triangle upside down. So the point is close to the body and then going out. So think 3 points. So your pyramid's on its head now. Now, opposite hand over here is going to do it the other way round. Quickly. That was not a pyramid or a triangle or any other shape I know. Okay, now we're going to get working on these hips. So our last one for this 10 minutes today is going to be getting hip flexors. This is knees and the feet all going. Right, we're going to take one leg out and imagine you've got a piece of string on the knee. So you're holding it, taking it out, bring it in and out. How about a few faster ones? Very good. Last one this side. Let's do it slowly on the other side. Get your piece of string and imagine it's going out and in. Lovely. Nice. Very good, everybody. Lovely. And some fast ones, in and out. There's a creaky chair, or it's my creaky bones. I'm not sure which it is. It's one or the other. Help. Okay, walk these feet. Arms up in the air. Now we're going to kick out with alternate heels. So it's a little kick, kick. So just kick it forward. Just a sh, 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 sh. Very good. Now I want you to point with the opposite hand to the toe. So again, right, left, brain. It's always good to be working opposites. Which is opposite? One hand to the opposite foot. Ooh. All right. Now we're going to take the heel out to the corner. So heel, tapping, and toe coming in. Heel, toe, heel, toe. And change sides. We want to finish up nicely balanced with the body, because that's the end of 10 minutes of Ageless Grace. Well done. And Nadia, thank you for this incredible location. Cape Town, right in our background. How did you manage that? That was very clever. So everybody, I hope that you enjoyed our 10 minutes today, that it has helped you loosen up all those joints, activated those brains, lifted your mood, and that you had fun, and that you'll be back with us for the second half of the show just in 30 seconds. Welcome back to Active and Healthy with Gina, and it's wonderful to have you back. I hope you enjoyed your exercises this morning and that you're now ready to pay attention, and it's Valentine's Day today, so a very happy Valentine's Day to all our viewers. So I have got a series, a two-parter that I'm going to be filming now to talk on a very, very important subject. Because as we age, obviously that issue of retirement is something that is easy for some people to face and difficult for others. So I have business partners, Marianne Heron and Paul-Britton from The Bridge, who I'm going to be interviewing for a two-parter. So first, I just want to welcome Marianne. Lovely to have you with us, so thank you.
Thank you, and I'd like to say happy Valentine's Day to everybody. And thinking about retirement, it's nice to think that this can absolutely be one of the best times of your life. I say can be,
right,
when you've got time with your nearest and dearest and your family. But it is a big transition.
It is.
And it makes an enormous difference if you can have some signposts to help you with what's going to happen and what to expect. Some of the challenges, some of the pitfalls, some of the good points, and how to plan for your life. A lot of people think about finances. 90% of the advice out there is about finance, and the other 7% is about going into a retirement home or something like that.
That's right. And I think, Marianne, you've given a very good overview of what we're going to need to cover during the course of this interview today. But what I always want, because obviously we've met very briefly before, but the viewers know nothing about you, so I always just love to get a feel for the person. So, Marianne, what is your background? Where are you from?
As you can probably hear, I come from Ireland. And how did I come to be here? Well, we used to come out to visit relatives on holiday when it was winter, the grim midwinter in Europe.
Right.
And we fell in love with South Africa, and both my husband and myself had very demanding jobs. He had an international product design practice, big staff and so on, and I was features editor of the main national daily newspaper there, so quite demanding.
So you were a journalist for all your life, basically?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, my main career. And there came a time when we were out here on holiday one time, a beautiful valley out near Franschhoek, and we looked at each other and we thought, are we mad to go back? We investigated. We found we could actually come out here and retire, and we did just that.
Can I just ask, as regards your retirement, were you yourself personally, it sounds like you were ready to retire, you weren't forced by either of your jobs or businesses to be mandatory retirements?
No, that's a very good point. It does make a big difference to how you feel about retirement. You know, if you have the choice yourself. People who are mandatorily retired or who are made, it's very similarly, where if you're not ready to retire, it's very similar to being made redundant.
Yes.
You know, there's that feeling of rejection and so on. So it was a choice, but that doesn't mean to say, and we wanted to get out, you know, the pressures were really getting to us. But like so many people, we tended to think of it as being like one long holiday. We hadn't got beyond that point. And there's a lot of stuff which stops you doing that. A, you're so busy in work, you can't imagine what it's going to be like. In fact, you have to go through the different recognized stages of retirement until you really hit that stage where it gets to you. The other thing is that these ads, it's the great retirement illusion. You see all these people walking along a sunlit beach.
That's right, walking off into the sunset and
yes,
no worries and everything's perfect.
Happily ever after, but it's a lot more complicated than that. Mistake number one was to retire and move at the same time, because it's very easy to run around, you know, rearranging your life and not to move the furniture in your head, which is the transition part.
Right, I
which
can
is
imagine.
the tricky part. Because up until this point, you're outward, you know, you're dictated to from the outside. And when you retire, you have to paddle your own canoe. You have lots of challenges to face. Who are you when you take away that work title?
Right.
How are you going to fill the extra 2,000 hours a year that you've got? It affects every aspect of your life, you know, your relations, not just the money, which will be less, obviously, it affects your identity very much, because your identity tends to be very much tied up with what you do, you know. And if somebody says, what do you do? And you say you're retired, and you're retired from, and that leads you back to the past, not to your future. So what we do with this course, and we're going to have an upcoming one on the 3rd of March at Bergfleet High School, which is an ongoing series of courses, morning courses that we give, is that we do scenario planning with people. We help them by chunking down the different aspects of their lives, and we talk about planning things together. And Paul will talk more about this.
So Marianne, you and Paul have created this wonderful book, which we want the viewers to know about, Rewire, Don't Retire. It's a very practical booklet that you can be working through yourself.
Well, yes, there's a mistake in that one, and I'm going to explain the mistake.
Well, if we hadn't told the public, they'd probably never have known that there was a mistake in this one.
No, I need to tell you about this mistake, because it's the mistake that I made, and when I decided, when we came out here, first of all, I began to feel horrible. I couldn't understand what was going on. You think you're living the dream. You're in this beautiful country. We found a house. We were exploring the countryside. But in between times, you'd feel this real sense of nothingness. And what had happened was that I had hit this stage, which Paul and I call something is missing stage.
It's very clever. You use that SMS, something is missing. I'm quite sure a lot of people are going to be able to relate to that.
Yes, and what is missing is paradoxically some of the things that your work gave you, your sense of identity, your sense of purpose. You know, those feel-good factors that you need in your life. It's different for everybody, and indeed the experience of retirement is different for everybody too. But you need to find ways to replace having those needs met in a new way. But
you came out, didn't you, I think, and got straight into doing you took a big project on pretty quickly for somebody who was supposedly getting into retirement.
I didn't. No. Here was mistake number 2, where the one that I was telling you about here. Because what that guy is doing is he's doing the rewiring on his own, and this is what happens to people. I did it. Right. I had this dream to go to university. I was so lucky. I got into UCT to read psychology. But it wasn't fair, because it was like me having a full-time job.
Being a student.
Knows in the book, yes, and what did I expect when I was nearly 60? And also I hadn't thought it through. It's a very long career path that to get started in as practicing psychologist. So we had to have a rethink. Husband was not pleased with my absence. So I went to SACAP, wonderful organisation, South African College of Applied Psychology, did life coaching. 2 things came out of that. One is that you're encouraged to specialise, and I began to specialise in this age. The other is that we rethought, the husband and I, and we put our skills together, and we started doing something together.
Great.
As a freelance journalism, he started a new career as a photographer, and we went off and did articles together, had a ball. But out of that came the beginnings of the course. Paul came on, I'm doing it in my home at that stage. Paul came along, and I can't tell you how fantastic it is if you're thinking about what are you going to do after you leave your main career and you're thinking of starting something, to have a partner, a business partner, especially somebody like Paul.
So it's going to be lovely, we're going to get to interview him after this, but as we come down to our last few minutes, Marianne, will you give us the kind of highlights of what the programme does and what we want people to get an understanding of what they can get from coming and attending the course or from getting hold of the booklet? And obviously we'll have all the information at the end of the show on where they can get more information about you, Paul, and the bridge. So just give us the highlights. I know Paul's going to go into things in more depth.
Yes. What we do is we put retirement into context. One of the things is people are very influenced by what happened in the past. You know, go back a century. And since then, life expectancy has extended hugely, 40 years for women, 30 years for men. You can spend nearly as long in retirement as you do in your career. And you need to think about it differently from going and sitting on the stoop. And you need to find new ways to look at it. things we have this almost daisy-like model which divides your life up into different compartments, making ends meet, relationships, looking after your health, and especially not buying into that old thing which and being,
I'm all for that.
yes, and having your own positive health policy, but at the center of it is your rewirement. And when we say rewirement, what we mean is that during your career, your circuitry is very much tied up with the job that you do. And therefore, when you stop, you've now got all this time and energy freed up to be somebody different, to be yourself in a new way. And that means rewiring your circuits in a different way and thinking and being in a different way. And there are three main planks to that. One is finding a purposeful activity. I mean, it could only be for as much as 5 hours a week, doing something like volunteering. It could be starting a new little business. The other aspect is personal growth. I don't like that expression, but it means growing in a new way, adding to your life satisfaction. And the other thing is having fun. And amazing how a lifetime of hard work, you can actually, overdo the work ethic, and you don't give yourself permission to have fun. So those are the three main parts.
That sounds fabulous. I think a lot of it links with what we do with Ageless Grace, because it's a huge part about having fun.
Yeah.
And I think all of those are 6 key elements that we can give people, you can give people through this wonderful course. And I know that we've got you've got one coming up quite soon in the southern suburbs in Cape Town.
Yes, this is on the 3rd of March on a Saturday, so that it's easier for people. Just a morning course, 9 to 12:30 at Bergfleet High School, and you meet other people there, and it's very interactive. And as I say, you get our booklet in support of it. And we will be having ongoing courses there too. So watch out.
Wonderful. So, Marianne, do you feel that you yourself, sounds like you're excited that you've fulfilled a lot of those 6 parts of the petal for you to take yourself forward into your next stages?
Yes, I think, and I'm looking at the fun part especially.
I can only approve of that. Well, that's wonderful. Well, listen, thank you for coming and giving the viewers of Active and Healthy with Gina a sense about this wonderful program. We'll get to hear from your business partner in more detail, and I wish you every success, both with the upcoming courses, with all the work you're doing, and thank you for your commitment to making a difference to people who enter this new transition stage, and to realize that they don't have to be missing out on anything. Marianne, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for the opportunity.